Good morning. Good morning. Well, good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Buckeye BS at 10 a.m. every Sunday. Y'all know what it is. What's good, fellas?
What up? What up? How's your weekend been?
That's a good question. How was your weekend, Cam?
A little under the weather today, but let's get it fucking going.
Yeah, I feel the same. I'm tired as hell, but it is what it is. It's 10 a.m.
It's
Let's
because you
get
be
it.
out in these streets. Don't lie to the people.
Man. I read my Bible.
They don't call this man City Boy Quentin for nothing. I'll tell you that.
Who calls me that? Don't nobody call me that. It was a typo on Twitter. Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about today. Let me go ahead and intro us up. So we're going to talk a little KJ Bolden. Obviously, we did the live show yesterday. Appreciate y'all joining us who did. That was fun, a good time. And obviously, on 3 with the the biggest fumble I've seen.
By far, the worst production I've ever seen on a commitment. If I'm a commit, I'm watching that, and I'm saying there's no way in hell On 3 is getting my commitment. And I'm here to tell you guys right now, if you're a recruit out there, you're watching this video, Best Damn Media is the best place to announce your commitment. I promise you the production quality will be on par. Like, it'll be way better than that. We'll be on point. So if you want to make your announcement here on Best Damn Media, tap in with us on Twitter.
Yeah, you'll be on camera. That's for sure. We at the very least, you'll be on camera. Let's talk that. We're gonna do a little buy or sell. We're gonna talk about Ron's new phone background. We're gonna talk realignment, do a little bit of rapid fire, and then we'll get questions from you guys along the way. Can't wait. Cam, what's going on, man? What you think about the commitment yesterday? Quick reaction before we jump into it.
Oh man.
Or at least the production value where you didn't even see who he committed to.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty consistent with some of the information that we've been getting. He's always been pretty open with that's his dream school. He's visited there 12 times. Everyone just assumed that he was a shoe-in for Georgia because it's what we've come to be used to with Kirby Smart whenever they go for a guy. And then shout out to Mike Norvell, put them in the locker. I could imagine they got Derwin James and Jalen Ramsey and was like, look, this is how we're going to use you. You're going to be a gadget player. We're going to put you at nickel. We're going to put you at safety. We're going to put you at corner and basically just go out there and be a Swiss Army knife. We heard Kirby in the interview kind of like throw shots at that. A lot of people thought that he was talking to Auburn, but maybe he's talking to FSU when he was talking about how they don't cross-train their players. But, who knows? Maybe that's something that KJ wanted to do, which was be versatile and play multiple positions like FSU's last two great DB recruits. So congrats to FSU on that.
Where was Cam yesterday for the commitment video? Because apparently me and Q are just a bunch of casuals because we didn't get on there and tell them that yesterday. Because apparently when kids are going live and doing their commitment video, they would like us to provide all the information that we know about the recruitment before they announce and spoil the recruitment. So I'm glad that you were able to provide that non-casual take, Cam, and give the information to the people that we knew but decided not to share because, it's a 16-year-old's announcement. Like, where people in our comments yesterday like, you're telling me you guys knew that the staff was informed that he wasn't coming to OSU in the middle of the week? Yes. What did you want us to do? Get on Twitter and be like, he's not coming? Like, no. Like, why would we do that? But, like, as Cam just told you, FSU, we've been hearing a lot of things about that. He's been on campus a ton of times. Dream school. Sometimes it's the kiss of death when it's Ohio State's the dream school, but sometimes it works out in other people's favor.
It worked out for everybody else.
I don't know what kind of dreams they got in Columbus, man. Fucking nightmare school.
Yeah, so pretty from my end, pretty surprised. I didn't have the insider information as everybody else, but I knew he wasn't coming here. So that insider information was well out there. But I was like, I think he'll pick Georgia, yada yada yada, and he didn't. So I do want to ask. Seems like the misses are continuing for Perry Eliano. Chad, go ahead and weigh in on this one. What do y'all think of Perry Eliano and his recruiting chops so far now with Caleb Downs last year? KJ Bolden this year. We have gotten a couple safeties, so we can give him some credit, but not quite where we wanted to be. So, Cam, I'll start with you. Where are you with Perry Eliano?
I mean, on one end, it's like I get where half a Buckeye fan base is coming from, where we want to land a 5 stars and we want to get the KJ Boldens and all that. But on the other hand, we're talking about Perry Eliano, a guy that turned Sauce Gardner into a top 3, top 4 draft pick. So it's like, will there be fruition in our back end with his ability to develop these 4 stars to play like 5 stars? And it won't be an issue because, I mean, Ohio State really doesn't have a history of landing 5-star safeties if you go like way back. So, I mean, obviously him landing KJs and him landing 5-star safeties would actually be something new in Columbus that we're not very used to. So I think that's kind of unfair on him to like make or break him with this big time recruit, especially in the NIL era where they're paying the money that they're paying. I don't know. I just think I want to see how our players on our roster performs on the field under Perry Eliano, more so than I care about this recruiting miss with KJ. I don't really think this is something we hold against him because we've been hearing Malik Hartford, true freshman out there fucking balling, right?
My guy.
That's Perry Eliano. So
that's what I'm saying.
We'll see what's up.
I want to piggyback right off what Cam just said there, and I agree 1,000%. As much as I want to like storm the Woody with pitchforks, like I can't be mad because I want to see the on-field product. It's not like we're always had 5-star safeties. Our guy Malik Hooker, Whippeal legend, you know what I mean, was a 3-star guy. Like, so if we get guys like Malik Hartford and Cedric Hawkins and Kai Stokes and these guys come in and perform, it's not always about the stars. I mean, you know what I mean? You'd like to see it, but if the product on the field is producing, he can get a pass because, like, we were just talking about this last night, or it's actually in the show notes right now. Like, if the production on the field is producing, does it really matter if he's bringing in 5 stars? So I feel like we're in a wait and see mode. We didn't love what we saw out there from our safeties last year, but I mean, I think we're a lot more confident in the talent that's on the roster right now and the people that are going to be stepping into those roles. So I'm in wait and see mode. Obviously, you want to get on here and be reactionary and fire everyone. We miss Caleb Downs. We miss KJ Bolden. And, you know, I love to fire a coach. Don't get me wrong. You know which one. But. I think we got to let it play out this year. We got Sonny Styles back there. I think Lathan Ransom's going to have a bounce back year. I think Lathan, like we talk about that on the show every week. I don't think Lathan played bad last year. He had 2 bad games. And if he can tighten up this year, I think we're going to have a great safety back there. And we hear reports from camp that Sonny Styles is all over the field. I give Perry a pass on this one. You hate to see him miss on a family member. But if they're producing on the field, I can't complain. It doesn't matter about the stars.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you both. I mean, while it would be nice to land a 5-star, let's not forget Sauce Gardner and Kobe Bryant were corners at Cincinnati. It was a different position group, and you can't sell that just going to Ohio State and now coaching safeties. So I don't think that was going to be ever carry over to like I developed those guys. I can develop you at a different position at a different school. So I'm with y'all. We got talent. Kai Stokes is obviously out there. Sonny Styles is out there. Malik Hartford, young guys coming in.
Jaden Bonsu. We got some guys that can really be molded and turned into some impact players. So yeah. Let's just see what they do. I mean, we wanted KJ. I mean, everybody in the fucking nation wanted KJ. We didn't get him. He got a bag and he went to his dream school. It is what it is. The only reason why Eliano's being held accountable for this is because it's his family. So.
Yeah, that's the only reason people really thought we were in it. It's because it was his cousin, obviously. And obviously it sucked. What was it, last season when we lost Downs, Wongpa, all the guys that we thought. I think that was the thing, too. It was guys we thought we were going to get. With Zion,
well, we didn't have NIL last year, so that was very different. We were not competing on one side of the recruitment. So
yeah, so I think that's more the problem, or where people feel it was like we were lead for all these guys, and we didn't get none of them.
I know one thing though. All those guys we just named, think about the names we just said. You got Malik Hartford, you got Sonny Styles, you got Jaden Bonsu. It's not going to be fun catching a ball in our secondary. Those
No,
are
we
some
got
fucking
thumpers. Yeah.
hitters. Like
Yeah.
we talk about the pads not cracking in Columbus. I promise you, they will be soon. They will be soon.
So Q, pump the brakes. I do not have a clock for Perry. No clock.
No clock yet.
No
Clock's
clock.
off
No
the wall. You
clock.
took the battery out.
No clock. No
All right,
clock.
don't let me start my
Yeah.
Apple Watch. Get it. Get the time. Click, click.
That's not a clock candidate.
All right. So then, okay. Oh, we just talked about that. So we'll go score that. So we do think the play on the field is going to outweigh. Well, what would you project? Would you project in a year or two the play? That's my question.
You cut out there for a sec.
Oh, did I cut out? My bad. I said, so do you think in about 2 years, let's say give it 2 years, we got this young talent indoors you just talked about, Perry will develop them and we'll start to go after the 5-star safeties and be able to actually land 1 or 2. Do you think in 2 years' time that's a reasonable expectation?
I don't know if 5 stars are in our future. I mean, if he's getting it done with local products and his evaluation is getting it done, if he's finding them, he's finding them. Not every 5-star hits. I mean, Tyreek Johnson was a 5-star safety / corner. I mean, and it doesn't always pan out. So, I mean, if he gets it done, you would love to see it. But I mean, I don't know if it's mandatory if the product on the field is producing.
Thanks. Cam?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Ron. Get it like starting a 5-star like pipeline of safeties like sounds great, but I mean, we haven't seen it at OSU through multiple D coordinators that were great, that were good. We just never pulled in 5-star safeties, and still had very good safety play. So I mean, I'm not really expecting us to just become this 5-star. I mean, even Kirby, isn't this like Kirby's second 5-star he's gotten at safety since he's been at Georgia? He's only gotten 5-star corners. So,
and you got to think about it with NIL.
Oh, he didn't even get him. My bad. FSU. Sorry. Go ahead.
You got to think about it. Even with NIL, in the changing landscape of college football, like number one, how many 5-star safeties are there in a cycle? 2, 3. Everybody has a bag where you see teams like Iowa getting guys like Xavier Nwampa. Like there's so many teams out there that are actually in play for these 5 stars. There's so few in a cycle. The idea of landing multiple, especially like in Jim Knowles' system, we got 3 safety system. Like, what are we going to do? Stack all 3 5-stars in the class and they're all going to be at different safety positions? It's just not realistic. I mean, again, when you're in play for them, you want to grab them, but I don't know if it's mandatory if the product on the field is producing.
Nah, that's facts, 100%. So before we move on, let me get into some chats over here. So Terry says, good point, Ron. The talent is way better this year. Got Ray Bones and Fire Parker Fleming. Raymond, our paid ad has not come up yet, so just wait until that time. And then once Dunkin' Donuts, go ahead and send the bread over. We'll get
Bro,
there.
Travis, with USC joining next year, we don't need to land 5-star DBs. USC's not landing 5-star wide receivers. They're not landing, you know what I mean? Like, we don't need 5-star DBs to compete with USC. I think you're overplaying them a little bit there, Travis.
There you go.
And plus, I don't have any concerns at corner at all. Like with the guys that we're bringing in, like dogs.
Yeah.
Drizzy says, I still think defense improves this season. Might flip some recruits we lost, especially at safety. That says there's a work season. And DF says Cam Martinez, McAllister, Ronnie Hickman were all stinky. Looking forward to the new safeties this season.
See, I'm trying to be nice, but the chat's wilding. See, I was on bro's head for 2 days. I was like, I'm chilling, and here comes the chat.
Oh, good. Yeah, keep chatting. We'll keep reading those out. Let's go ahead and move forward. So, Ron, I heard you got a new phone cover background.
I did. I got a new background on my phone, and it's so great that we have to show all of Buckeye Nation because you guys are probably going to want to make it your background too. Look at that right there. Have you ever seen a more beautiful picture than this? We got our starting linebackers in a picture here.
Bro, Lord willing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, pray for times like this. Like, we
Still
got our
Chambers
guy,
on your head on the
Heisman contender, Tommy Eichenberg, standing next to our 5-star CJ Hicks. It's the most beautiful sight that I've seen come out of Columbus, and I couldn't tell you when. I just want to get your guys' thoughts. Is James Laurinaitis trolling us, or is he sending a message to Buckeye Nation? Get fucking ready for the 2 best linebackers in the country.
James Laurinaitis did not take that picture, nor did he upload it.
No, I did.
Facts.
I did. No, he absolutely did. I got this from James Laurinaitis' Twitter account. This is absolutely where that came from.
Bruh.
I'm not. I'm.
Oh, he tweeted out the picture. Yeah.
I'm not even trolling or being funny.
He
That's
really
who put this out.
I thought that was off the fucking Buckeye.
No, I'm not trying to be funny here. He's replaying great character. James Laurinaitis put this picture out on Twitter. So I wanted to know, is he trolling us or is he sending Buckeye Nation a message?
Absolutely trolling, bro. Are you fucking serious, bro?
Yeah. I think he's honestly just here showing off Tommy's mustache.
I would love to see it for the fact that we're just throwing talent on the field and say, fuck it, let's see what happens. But I do not think that's going to happen.
Still Chambers is going to start, bro.
You line up a running back and you're looking forward and you see these 2 guys. Like, do you even want to take the ball?
In space against the guy on the right, yeah, I probably.
So
what?
They're trying to say
that fade? That fade right there adds +3 to his speed immediately. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'll let us see it. I hope Tommy goes up and balls out this season as a top 3 round pick, which is the standard.
They're trying to say that they want to play CJ Hicks at Jack. So,
but also said they didn't do any Jack packages during the spring, and they still have yet to get to that in fall. Well, I mean, obviously it's only day 2, but like, how much are we going to see the Jack this year?
This situation with Jim Knowles is like this is like how I'm like perceiving it, like from the outside. It seems like, now I don't know if this has something to do with him being from Duke or like Oklahoma State, where usually he doesn't really deal with the personalities that are like, yo, I'm coming here, I'm going to the league, like I'm trying, like a 5-star, I'm this, I'm not. Usually dealing with the guys that's happy to be here, that really should be at Slippery Rock, but like, they just happen to live in the middle of Oklahoma and they get to go to Oklahoma State. And like, so it's like you're dealing with guys that are just buying in, like not elite, not A-type personalities. And so it's like you were in a low pressure environment to where you're just like being able to like do your thing. But here at Ohio State, it seems like he's not able to really have the tough conversations with people like Still Chambers and say, I like you. You work really hard. You're very good. You do your job well. It's just you're not elite, and we're going to start CJ Hicks over you. Like, that's the type of conversations you need to have at Ohio State, at Georgia's, at Bama's, at Clemson's, that these coaches and their coordinators seem to have whenever they have elite talent come in as freshmen, that we just seem to not be able to fucking do. I don't get it. Jack Sawyer and JTT, I feel like we're anomalies coming in playing as freshmen because there was such a dire need there. And front 7, I mean, on a D-line, you rotate anyways, so you can kind of like get away with doing that. But I mean, there's just no explanation for CJ Hicks sitting on a bench this year. And I know everybody gives me shit about Steele and or whatever. Like, I troll Steele or whatever, but like now it's getting to the point where it's like, get serious, bro. Like,
he's about to get serious and smack the fuck out of you when he sees you in Columbus.
Bro, like, I'm not even trolling him. I'm not even trolling him. But honest to God, bro, where else in America, if you changed our jerseys and put CJ Hicks and Still Chambers and Tuscaloosa, who is playing this year?
Bro, like
if you put CJ Hicks and Steele at the University of Georgia, who is playing this year?
Man, I asked Chris. I was like, "Yo, if Abdul Carter were here, how many snaps did he get?"
It's an issue. We have an issue, bro, and we're getting negatively recruited for it. Kirby Smart's throwing subliminals in his interviews, like, "Oh, schools are saying that our defense is too complicated. Like, you can't come in and learn. Like, you're going to sit on the bench." He said Malachi Starks came as a freshman, started, and won a national championship. That sounds like a shot at us because we hear from our D coordinator that, kids got to learn. They got to pick up stuff. They're not ready, but they're going to Georgia and getting ready ASAP, but they're coming to Ohio State and got to cook for 2 years. Make it make fucking sense. So, I don't know.
But here's the flip side. We have a competent special teams coordinator and make a field goal last year. Are we having this conversation?
Absolutely, bro. Our safety play was atrocious.
I would have it,
bro. We were awful, bro. If you go back and watch that Georgia game, I don't think we got a single reroute from the nickel position all game.
So who did you want on the field last year at nickel?
We don't even fucking know. And I know everybody hates when you bring up.
But that's what I'm saying. Like was
the
there
Jair Browns or the fucking the Kai Stokes? We don't know what these kids can do. All we know is what they did in the spring game, and when they missed a tackle in garbage time. Who knows, bro? Who knows what Kai Stokes or a Jair Brown or Ryan Turner's? Who knows what they could have turned into if they were actually playing and got to develop? Who knows what type of traits, what type of mentality, what type of skill set they could develop because they don't fucking play at Ohio State.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. I'm not really.
You cannot tell me McAllister is the best option.
The names that you named there, outside of Jair Brown, I don't know how many of them that we realistically would believe would be much better. And like
McAllister.
That's what I'm saying. If your first two options are Tanner McAllister, then I don't want to do this because this will now be the third day in a row this person gets brought up. If your options are the first two people that we saw out there at nickel, clearly they're not seeing something from all of the other people that it's not just one person playing and you're like, what's their obsession with this guy? It's like, okay, that guy comes off the field. See, we put in someone else that is still unbelievably performing at a lower level. So like,
this is where we have disagreements.
I get that we need better performance at nickel, but I'm honestly, I'm not trying to get like the shit that we saw there was inexcusable. But I don't know if there was a better option at nickel.
Bro, see, this is the difference between me and you. Like, you believe in like Knowles' like evaluation. And
no, I don't.
Then you telling me that you don't think there's somebody better than McAllister's telling me you believe in Jim Knowles and what he's doing with the defense personnel wise.
No,
so why would you say you don't know that? You don't know that. Do you think all the people behind McAllister could not get a reroute on a Georgia wide receiver for 4 quarters?
Well, we saw the first person behind Tanner McAllister and what happened in the Michigan game.
Who, Cam Martinez?
Yes. So we're now
have any of us ever said that Cam Martinez was?
We're now down to the third string nickel, and you're telling me
sometimes you got to play fucking freshmen. Yes.
Which freshman?
Any of them, we don't know who they.
I would put a name on it. Put a name on it.
I named 4 already, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't believe any of them would have performed any better than those two.
Okay, we'll never know because they don't play here.
I don't know about that because I'd have rather seen Jair Brown going down the stretch. He was healthy. He played. That's what I'm saying, it's Wisconsin, but he played decent against Wisconsin. I would have rather you thrown him in there.
Like,
was he even repping at nickel last year?
I mean, no, but it's still a corner position. Like it was a
so you're telling me a true freshman that had no reps at nickel corner. You want him in the Georgia game at nickel corner.
So isn't that another knock? Is that another knock?
Problem,
no.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it wasn't a realistic option at that point.
No, but what Cam is saying is because Jim Knowles are not giving these guys any sort of burn, we go to the Georgia game and it's like, okay, this dude has had no reps all season. He's not an option. When very damn well he could be an option if you were to give these guys playing time throughout the season. Then you would know, like we knew a little bit. We're like, okay, J.K. Johnson, we've seen a little bit. He may or may not be able to play. It's still on the line. Jair Brown, we don't know if he could play at all because we haven't seen him enough.
Was he hurt last year?
Where he was really solid. Huh?
Was he hurt last year?
Who?
At all? Jair Brown. He was hurt in the beginning of the season.
I think, the very beginning. But he started the Wisconsin game.
Right, yeah, he was healthy
through that game. He gave up like no catches.
All right.
Like I'm saying, like that, like me and Chris was talking about on the state of the program. When you do not give these guys exposure very early, like Georgia did with Malachi Starks, you never know what they're gonna be at the end of the season. So we can't go and say like we didn't have any other options. It was like we didn't get a choice to even have options going down the stretch where it was like, that's Tanner, that's what we got. So if we're getting beat on deep routes, it is what it is, versus playing your more talented players, which I don't care what nobody say, even J.K. Johnson and Jair Brown are more talented than Tanner McAllister.
Thank you, Q. Thank you, bro.
See that. Like,
thank you, bro. You catching my drift. We need better athletes.
We don't have the option to see them at the end of the season because they didn't get the playing time throughout, and that's what we're complaining about. We're blowing people out by fucking 50, and we're not seeing CJ Hicks one defensive snap. CJ Hicks could have been the best linebacker at the school last year because we know we don't have pros at linebacker, but we don't get to see him. So by the time it's a Georgia game, it's like the fuck did he do? He hasn't played all season.
And then we're talking about the same D coordinator that told us that Hero Canoe wasn't ready and went out and went in the spring game and performed better than every fucking player on the team. So who knows, bro?
Like, who was it? Who was it? I forgot. Who was it that set the bench until like game 5? This was 2018. Set the bench till game 5. I forget his name now. It came out and was probably the best player in the secondary we had the whole year. Dude that won the Rose Bowl MVP. I forget his name. Brandon something.
Oh, the dude that transferred to
dude transferred to Rutgers.
Yeah.
We didn't see. He didn't play until literally like game 5. Not my fault for getting his last name, but it came out against Nebraska. Brandon White. Yeah. And he was the best player in the secondary.
Never seen him.
He was outperforming Jordan Fuller. We didn't see him at all until they had enough injuries where they were like, well, fuck.
In their defense, he got reps though. Like he would get reps like throughout the season, but he wasn't like a solidified starter. We're talking about how we legit do not play freshmen. And then we come through and then listen to what we do. We hop on our podcast. We talk about kids, and it's like, why are we the only nation that we don't have no film of none of our freshmen or underclassmen. We don't even know who they are. We don't know what they look like in any type of situation. We don't know shit about our underclassmen, bro.
Yeah.
That's not normal, bro. Like,
it's kind of weird. We don't know if CJ Hicks can play at all or not.
I do. It's not weird. It's not weird. We know he can play. The James Laurinaitis comes in and he's with the team for a week and he talks about what a freak he is. There's no question whether he can play. He should be on the field.
Though, but we don't actually know if he can. We have a lot of freaks who can't play. There's a lot of freak shows who come to Ohio State and can't play. We don't know if CJ Hicks can play at all because we haven't seen him. I'm not saying he can't play, but we haven't seen him at all. Like I don't even know his weaknesses. I don't know his strengths. All I know is he was athletic in high school. That's all I can tell you about CJ Hicks. He can run down on kickoff. That's the only thing I can tell you from the first year.
We don't know what his development looks like at this level. I guess we'll see when he gets in against Bowling Green after Stills played for 3 quarters or something. We'll see.
I'm just saying, I think last year with we brought in McAllister. They thought he was starting. We're transitioning a new defense. We have Cam Martinez cross training. We have depth issues at corner that we have fucking kickers repping at cornerback in practice. The idea, like I get that there should have been someone developed, but by the end of the year, I don't believe that there was at that time. Whether it was on the coaches or not, and their failure leading up to that, by the time we were there was nothing to do about it at that point.
Man, I agree with you. I'm just not with treating guys like they're fucking bulletproof. It's like, bro, if you're fucking up.
Who's treating someone like they're bulletproof?
What do you mean? You just have been treating dudes like they're fucking bulletproof. We seen.
You're talking about Knowles.
This is my thing. Jim Knowles just came in last season, so I won't blame him for that. But fucking Tommy and Steele were treated like they were bulletproof the entire season before.
Listen, I'm not
linebackers.
Yeah, I'm not trying to come on here and just like.
I mean, Taraji Mitchell started off as a team captain and the starting linebacker, and they put his ass squarely on the bench.
Yeah.
They did bitch him, but everybody
started. He started in 21.
Not the whole year. By the end of the year, he wasn't even.
But he got the opportunity. We're talking about kids that don't even get an opportunity to fucking play, bro.
You said you said that the linebackers are bulletproof. I'm saying for Tommy and Steele to even get on the field, seniors got benched. Niggas were throwing their fucking helmets into the stands. Seniors. Like, what are we talking about?
But he didn't play.
Niggas were literally throwing their equipment into the stands. They were so mad that they weren't playing.
No, you don't know why he threw his helmet to the stands, because this thing came in the game against fucking Oregon for like 5 fucking plays, and we knew who he was on 5 plays and then never seen him again. while motherfuckers is getting cooked out there. So I threw my helmet in the stands too. Like, what the fuck you want from me? I broke him a pass. I made a tackle. And you never see me again. While people
Bro, but we talk about development reps, and you seen Tommy had to get
Thank
those
you,
60,
Chris.
You had to see Tommy had to get 60 game reps with no tackles to be a Heisman fucking contender now.
But that's what I'm saying. If you give CJ Hicks 50 snaps, who knows the fuck he'll be?
That's what I'm fucking saying,
like,
bro.
I'm gonna get CJ Hicks playing, nigga. I've been talking about nickel this whole fucking time.
If we gonna treat motherfuckers like they bulletproof, put the most talented motherfucker out there.
I understand. I understand like where you're coming from, but I just from Michigan to Georgia, it's just inexcusable to put all our eggs in the McAllister basket at nickel when we seen what we seen, bro. Like we seen what we seen, bro.
And there's always lulls in the season. We don't have fucking LSU followed by Bama followed by Georgia. There's always lulls in the season to get a guy ready. So I'm
like
just saying,
the mid been there,
bro. He ain't gonna work
like,
out. Fucking throw somebody else out there, at least see what he could do. Fuck, you play him against Maryland. If he's getting cooked, it's like, all right, bad option, but we're probably not gonna lose against Maryland. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think that Q? Do you think that he doesn't play freshman because he's scared that they would outperform the people that he chooses to start?
Bro, I mean, I think we've had a fucking glass ceiling for freshmen outside the D line for a little brick now. It's like you just throw them out there and see what the fuck, especially when you're getting bad play. Like, I think they're a little worried of the fuck up and how guys. Sorry, give me 1 second.
The dog said that take is weak. Get that shit off the airways side now.
John from Tennessee. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
Hey, come make my bowl, nigga. Fuck out of here. Fuck your podcast. Hungry as hell over here. But man, listen.
I just
I'm
can't
back.
believe
My
you're
fault.
trying to paint me as a McAllister defender.
It's bro. It just seems in it. Like I just look at the underclassmen that we have at corner through safety, and I'm just like, you could not tell me that you just couldn't get one nigga to learn like certain keys, certain calls, and just have them go out there and athlete it up, bro. Like it doesn't make any sense. Especially now, the crazy part is now you are saying, "Oh, I want to put I want to put Sonny Styles at nickel." Nigga, should have did it last year. Why don't you put him at nickel against Georgia? Why don't you have him in the slot against Georgia when he was getting fucking cooked by 4-string wide receivers in the slot up the seam all fucking second half? If you thought he had the ability to do it, where's that coming from? Why wasn't he playing nickel last year over McAllister as a freshman? Make it make sense. Was he?
It's not even just Tanner. It's the person that would come in for him next.
Bro, yeah, that didn't make no sense either. And
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
no, that's what I'm. But again,
I'm saying, like, okay,
you're making the point.
Same...
If Sonny could have played nickel, why wasn't he doing it last year? Why are you teaching a high school quarterback to fucking play nickel safety instead of your 5-star freshman?
Like, if he could play it now, he could have played it then. So why not play it Sonny Styles all year last year? That's all I'm saying.
It's been a few months.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. Hey, Q, if he could play it now, why couldn't he play it against Georgia?
Bro, I hate all this fucking off-season hype of like, we gotta get this dude on the field. He's a freak show. Like, you fucking knew that a year ago. It's not like it's been 2 years later.
Like, Sonny just turned into a whole different person. Like, oh man, that's the Sonny I know. That's the guy.
Spring ball, he has to play. Like, the fucking season was a month ago. The fuck were we doing? I don't know, man. I feel like the freshmen have a glass ceiling on their head unless
we get negatively recruited for that, Ron. Bad.
That's the only position they have a glass ceiling on their head is wide receiver. Other than that, it seems that way. It very much seems that way.
Yeah.
Or at least the younger, more talented players. But so let me ask, since we're going on that, we're gonna do buy or sell. That way I don't screw this up so Ron doesn't yell at me. but we're gonna do buy or sell.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, third time's a charm. We're gonna do buy or sell, and I'm gonna read out these chat. I want to hear from you, and I'll put up whether you're buying or selling. So Cam had already touched on it. So are you buying or selling Sonny Styles at nickel?
No. I think that's like no. I'm not buying Sonny Styles at nickel. I don't understand why. Like that'd be like, you know what? Travion Henderson's the number 1 running back in the class. I think we should move him to wide receiver.
Put him in slot.
Like, put him where he can maximize his talents. I personally, again, I don't get paid $2 million to coordinate the defense. So who the fuck am I? I'm a Twitter coach. But I personally don't think that nickel is the place to maximize Sonny Styles on our team.
Cam.
I think he's talented enough to play it. I don't think that's the best position for him because I think that we could play Sonny Styles at safety, and we have the unique at strong safety. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not familiar with like the bandit and all that shit. Like what, like whatever the box safety is. So where Jim Knowles likes to do exotic blitzes, right? So like you have a safety that's the size enough that you can come bring off the edge and replace the edge whenever you want to do a stunt, whenever you want to do a fire zone, whenever you want to do something and get weird. You have a safety that you can replace the edge with and kind of replace that linebacker when they're leaving in the run game and guarding like tight ends and stuff like that. So it's like it doesn't make any sense for you to put your biggest athlete in the secondary, your most rangy athlete in the secondary in the slot when you're going to be playing teams with dynamic personnel groupings with tight ends. You're going to be playing teams we're going to go to an air raid system where you're going to have 4 wide and they're going to be running the ball out of that. And you want to be able to have a safety that can come down and take on blocks and get around a tight end that's flexed out. So I don't understand the strategy behind putting him at nickel, especially with the other personnel groupings that we have. But can he play nickel? Yes. Do I think that's best? No.
All right,
I would have him. Yeah, selling.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna go buy here. And I'm gonna shout
Fired.
I'm gonna shout out my guy Dog from KCD TV because we had a conversation about it Friday night and he explained it a little bit. He's like, look, we're gonna play a lot of 12 personnel teams mostly throughout the season, and we're not gonna face generally in the Big Ten for the most part a lot of dynamic slot receivers. We may get one here, one there, and we may have to adjust the matchup. But I think the purpose is to get Sonny Styles one in space, to have him play more of a linebacker-ish role from that nickel position. Just have him in space. He may have the guard tight ends, which we're not worried about, and have him just fucking fly around and go attack the ball. And then if you do have a slot that's dynamic, then you can change the position. You can roll the safety down. You can move him around a little bit. So when I heard that, oh, go ahead, Ron.
No, I was going to say, so my question to that would be, what are your thoughts of spending the whole season having Sonny play in a role for Big Ten football? And then do you believe the month leading into the playoffs is enough time to prepare whatever defensive looks that we're going to have to show against more athletic teams that are going to have more dynamic players in the slot?
I mean, I think so. Bowl practice is a month. So we're going to the college football playoff, which we should be. We got about a month to prepare, and I think we can adjust that if a team does have a dynamic slot receiver. But the Big Ten are bread and butter. We ain't won the Big Ten in 2 seasons. So if you're going to sit there and tell me we're going to sit there and focus on Sonny Style, he's going to guard maybe a little bit freakier tight ends, and he's going to be a problem in the Big Ten, I'm not worried about it because let's get through that first before we talk about college football playoffs. And to be honest, I don't think
we made it with 1 loss last year.
I mean, we made it, but that's not the way we want to make it. So I think when he explained it like that, I'm like, I think that's right, because then you can imagine Sonny Styles basically playing a linebacker role where he's fucking Jerome Baker or somebody, or Pete Warner, just flying around the field, moving to different positions. He can roll back to that deep safety if we do have a slot guy who safety needs another safety that can cover better, like a Jahad Carter needs to step up on. So that's why I'm buying. Let me go here. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. All right. So my next one is, are you buying or selling the defense can carry us throughout the season? Through early adversity, my fault. Let's screw that up. Through early adversity while the offense catches its bearings with a new quarterback, all that good stuff.
I mean, what is 3 games? Yes. Notre Dame.
Yeah, I guess
I don't know. That's gonna be, you know what I mean? Like that's gonna be the true test. Like, are we gonna get through our home and home with Arkansas State without an issue? I think so. But I mean, it'll be wait to be seen. Like once we hit week 4, that'll be the true test. I mean, I would love to hope so. I think we're going to be hell of talented on the defensive line. I think our secondary is going to be much improved, regardless of where Sonny Styles is playing or how they decide to get. I mean, I feel like the 2 deep is in a position where like their hand is almost forced. Like they can only fuck it up so much. Like you can only play the best players, and I think there's enough talent on that defense that like we're going to see our best athletes out there. So I think definitely through the first 3 games, and then Notre Dame, I would love to be through the bumps and adversity on the offense and hope that we're locked in by that point.
Cam?
Selling
it.
We haven't seen the situational awareness and coaching out of Jim Knowles for me to trust that.
I was going to cut you off there.
Why?
Because I didn't know if you were going to put it on the players or the coach, and I'm glad that you went the way you did.
Yeah, like we don't have this. I don't know if we have the situational play calling and awareness and down the stretch in the clutch. I don't know if he's just going to call a 0 blitz with a fucking corner playing press bell against Cornelius Johnson and it's going to go 80 yards. I don't know. So it's just there's just things I have to see that I see out of great D coordinators in certain situations that I did not see out of Jim Knowles last year. So when I see the play calling and the philosophy and the concepts change in situational football, I will be able to agree with that. But for right now, I do not think that the defense can carry our team.
You're not sold. You're not sold on niggas that sound like presidents sexing us up anymore.
Not sold, bro. I'm selling that bitch, bro. Catch that shit on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. So I guess I'll be the one who buys this again. I think if you're talking about through the early part
of the money.
Yeah, I'm about to run out early. If you're talking about through the early part of the season, even Notre Dame, I mean, is Notre Dame going to be that much crazier on offense than they were last year? I mean, Sam Hartman's
that nigga.
Dynamic, but I do think we can. I mean, you got Sam Hartman, but I mean, who the fuck is he throwing to? I think we can handle these niggas, and I think Jim Knowles will be all right. He showed us last year that even through 8 games that we could rely on the defense when the offense was doing whatever the fuck they were doing. So without us going against really dynamic athletes, which I don't feel like we will at the beginning of the season, I think Jim Knowles and the defense carry us through. And this defense better have a fucking level up.
I mean, Jim Knowles
we're going to see dynamic athletes against Western Kentucky.
Yeah, Western Kentucky's offense is good. Austin Reed is probably the best quarterback in G5.
Well, that's facts. But if we're getting sauced up by Western Kentucky,
some respect on Grayson McCall's name, but whatever.
You go ahead and cancel the season if these niggas is putting 50 on our head. So
50, bro. We ain't talking about that. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Yeah,
50 burger from Western Kentucky.
I'm just saying, like, if they
Quentin's still drunk from last night
early to Western Kentucky. So I think Jim Knowles and the defense they better level up for $2 million and carry us through the early part of the season. So I am buying. All right. So for our third one, let me know. Zim Mahalski at right tackle. Are you buying or selling?
Before we get into this next one, appreciate everyone that's in here today. We's up to 50 viewers. Smash that like button. Let's run it up. If we get to, what did we say earlier? If we get to 1,000, yeah, if we get to 1,000 likes, Brian Hartline said he will come on to the podcast next Sunday. So make sure you run up that like button. But no, I'm not buying Zen at right tackle. He's the oldest one there. They're putting him there and motivate the young guys. They're not going to let the transfer just come in and step right into that spot, despite what they did at nickel last year. But I know, I think this is a motivational tactic for the rest of the guys, and I think it's going to be a battle through camp for that position.
Cam?
Yeah, this is a Tegra and Simmons battle, in my opinion, for the right tackle spot.
No Luke Montgomery?
Maybe Luke Montgomery. I mean, they do have him running number 2s behind Fryer at left tackle. So who knows? But I think in the right tackle position, it's Simmons and Tegra, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, but I don't see them starting Luke as a freshman on the line. But who knows? They could surprise me. But I did hear Coach Fry hyping up Tegra and what the improvements that he had, and the Josh Simmons kid. I mean, not is that his name? Josh Simmons?
Yeah.
Simons, yeah. Simons and what he had bringing in. So yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be the race. I don't really think that Luke Montgomery is going to be starting this year, but he will be a gadget piece. I think they have him learn every position, center, guard, in case there's injury. I think that's kind of what his role is going to be, is to plug in wherever there are injuries, because he's good enough to back up everyone at whatever position he plays. So
does Luke Montgomery get the magic 44? It's a bad time. You know, when they got to fill in the next offensive lineman, they always give him.
Oh, I'd love to see it when he comes in. Like if he checks 44. In a tight end. Yeah.
And the 44. I am gonna see. I'm gonna sell as well. I don't think Zimahowski is gonna start. Zimahowski's what, a junior? I don't think he's that. I don't think he's that old. I think he's a Travion Henderson class. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. So he's not that old. So it's nice to see a third-year guy in there battling for position. I don't think he's gonna get it, or what the fuck we bring Josh Simons in for, who I think honestly should probably play left tackle and move old boy to right. But you know, that's just my opinion. Whatever.
Man, put some respect on Josh.
Respect on his name, bro.
But I think Fry should play right.
I'm selling that take.
That's all right, wait till we play Georgia, fucking freak show. I ain't gonna go there. But yeah, so I'm selling that right now. I think somebody else will start at tackle. So I think it'll be Josh Simons, to be honest. But we will see. Okay, for my next one, are you buying or selling that there is still a quarterback battle?
Buying, 100%.
Yeah, Lincoln Kineholtz is really making this a fight.
Hey man, listen, I've been hearing. I was in a space. I'm not going to put names on it, but I was in a random Ohio State space with people that were out there practice, and they said when Lincoln Kineholtz was out there practicing, the chatter amongst the people was like, "Who is this kid? And why? Like, he looks like he's as good or better than the kids that are playing." That than the DB and Kyle McCord. So, but no
shiny new toy.
See, that's what people love to say, but I mean, if we're watching you literally compete drill for drill, play for play, scrimmage for scrimmage, and one kid is just dotting, spreading the ball around, and one's I don't know, like the eye in the sky don't lie is what they say, but we'll see. I still think it's a 2-man race, but I can see a situation to where they feel like Lincoln needs to be involved in certain aspects of the game, especially
certain packages, maybe like a triple option with Trip Chainham and Evan Pryor, one driving game.
Well, yeah, especially if our tackle situation is not where it needs to be. I don't think that Kyle is as mobile as we'd like. That's why we kind of heard Brian Day hint saying we need things that we've seen from CJ last year, because we're going to need a quarterback that can get off his spot and get the ball out and be athletic, because we're just not going to have as clean a pocket as we're used to this year. We are assuming, but we could have an all-star offensive line. Who knows? But I don't know. We'll see. But I'm hearing great things about Lincoln, but I do think it's a 2-man race right now. So yes, I'm buying.
All right. I will also buy. I still do think there's a quarterback battle between Mr. McCord and Mr. Brown. I don't know, man. The longer this goes on, the longer I would probably shift from Kyle to Devin, to be honest. I mean, Kyle's been here 2 years, and I want him to get a shot. Don't get me wrong. I want to see the kid ball out, and obviously guys stick around and actually go through the process. So I want him to get a shot. But it's also like in this next week or so, if Kyle is not, stepping up, taking this role, it gets a little scary to where these guys are at the same spot. You got to play the younger, talented guy. So I still do think there's a quarterback battle. And Chris also wants to know, will Lincoln get more snaps than Quinn Ewers did his freshman year? Yes, Chris, of course he will, because Quinn Ewers only got 2 snaps, so he will get more snaps.
Another failure by the staff to lack the development and getting snaps for our freshmen. We're out there putting Jack Miller in the game. We could be putting Quinn Ewers in.
Bruh, what's his name? Got more snaps than Kyle McCord last season. Drew Aller. He fucking got more snaps. I'm like, what are we
Drew
doing?
Aller almost had to save the Purdue game week 1.
But I'm just saying, like, he well outsnapped Kyle McCord. And I'm like, don't we need to play the backup a little bit? You know, in case something happened. But I guess not.
You're trying to get Ryan Day his Heisman.
I feel like last year we were kind of chasing a Heisman for CJ. I feel like this year is going to be way more fluid offensively as far as play calling and personnel wise and groupings, is just doing what we need to do to win versus trying to showcase CJ and get him out of Ohio State with a Heisman and some accolades. So
that's why, like, when you have your top Heisman player on defense, you're able to focus on a more balanced offense.
That's facts. Okay, so for our last buy or sell, I want to ask Desmond Igbenogson, is he not starting? Are you buying him not starting, or you're selling that?
I don't know. I'm torn here because I want to buy the fuck out of the staff doing something goofy like that, but I also want to sell the fuck out of the idea. Like, I don't know where to go here. Like, yeah, I'm buying that, do some goofy shit like that. I'm selling that as a practical approach. But again, what do I know? I'm a Twitter coach. Cam, give us a more measured, I guess, answer, because I'm just a fucking goofy Twitter coach.
This is rough because we going back to the conversation we had before with Steel Chambers and the Cam Martinez's and all them guys. It's like we've seen our D coordinator just sit and just be content and just allow the players that he likes, the players that he feels comfortable with, just play, no matter if they're performing good or bad. It's like they have the coach's trust and they're going to go out there and they're going to play. So I can absolutely see a scenario where Dave gets completely shitted on, but also I cannot see a scenario based off his mentality, the way he plays and what we've heard from camp of him not playing. So it's weird. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm selling, I guess.
Man, I am selling bro. If this nigga does not start, I swear to fucking God, bro. There is one motherfucker on defense do all this fucking spring ball.
They said Burke and Hancock are starting though. So
I mean, I'm cool with that if you want to start them on the outside. I'm always been the Jordan Hancock. Put him at the slot because he's fucking this twitch your ass receivers, and put Igbenogson on the outside because motherfucker 6'1", 200 pounds. That's who you want guarding a Marv receiver. But I don't care. Put this motherfucker at safety. If you want to mark him at safety, put Sonny Styles in the nickel, put him behind him. I don't give a fuck. Just find someplace on defense where he has to start. If he is not starting, who the fuck do we have? Like,
bro, Jimbo knows, bro. Can't trust it. Can't trust the personnel groupings, bro.
I swear, if this nigga is not starting, dog, this secondary better be 5 fucking borderline All-Americans. I swear to God.
Q, he told us that Hero Canoe is not ready to play football at Ohio State.
He
Do
did
not
say
trust
that
man with nothing he says.
Bro, I'm just saying, if this nigga is not starting, this better look like the fucking 2018 secondary is all I know. That's what that tells me. We got 5 members who could ball out that I just don't know about.
We just dropped a poll in the chat. Let us know, guys, if you think Iggy should start, yes or no. And while you're voting on that poll, make sure you smash that like button. We appreciate you guys pulling up today.
Yeah. So, all right. So there's that. Let me get through this fast so I don't keep y'all too long and we can get some questions in here. So I'm going to speed this up and make it a little rapid fire. So give me your one-liners here on Washington and Oregon. They're obviously coming to the Big Ten. We want to welcome them. So let me start with this. So Washington, Oregon is coming in, and we used to have protected rivals, and that was this new alignment. And then we got this one protected rival or whatever. Ohio State has 1, Michigan has 6, whatever. So I do want to ask, if we move down to one protected rival, is Michigan and Michigan State no longer protected? And what do you think about that? Because that's a long-term rivalry, almost as good as ours, not quite. So what do you think about that?
No, I think Go ahead, Cam. You got started.
No, you got it.
No, I'm just excited. We got a chance to get our get back. As soon as I got the news, I went and looked at the picture of the Ducks sitting on the block O, and the disrespect for the block O really needs to come to an end. So, I mean, I'm trying to see. I got smoke for Oklahoma, I got smoke for Michigan, and we got smoke for Oregon. So the next time that they come back, we got to get our get back. And like that was the first thing that came to mind. Like we can't let this disrespect to the block O continue, and the fact that we're going to be seeing them every other year, I think that's going to be good. I think it's going to be a fun rivalry, and having that type of talent come to the Big Ten, I think that's huge. It just adds us another title contender, another team that's been to the college football playoff to the Big Ten, and just raises the prestige.
I like it. I think that Oregon and Washington are very good programs. Both are playoff teams, so that's now what Ohio State, Michigan State, Michigan, Oregon, Washington. So that'll give us 5 teams now in our conference that's made a playoff and 2 that's made a national championship appearance. So I think that it helps us out with our reputation and the competition that we'll be seeing week to week. So yeah, I think it's great. As far as Michigan State and Michigan, I'm going to be excited to see like how they will deal with the protected rivalries, and like how many times because there's going to be some people that's going to get absolutely fucking shitted on scheduling. Like somebody's going to get Oregon and USC and Ohio State and a Penn State or something like that, and like the last 6 weeks of the season is going to be a fucking goddamn grinder. So it's like I want to see who's going to become the Auburn of the Big Ten, basically, where you have to play every team that's great in your conference every year. So I'm looking forward to that, because
it's gonna be Rutgers. Everybody's gonna want that. Everybody's gonna want that cupcake once everybody's gonna be arguing at the Big Ten meetings. Like, I want to play Rutgers. I want that as my protected rival. Like,
hold on now, Rutgers. They've been out recruiting UCLA for 2 cycles now, so UCLA might be the new Rutgers.
Rutgers definitely found some money in the couch. They just stuffed Duke in the locker for a top 10 basketball recruit. So if that money starts
the number 1 recruit in the nation, the number 1,
2, depending on the service, But yeah, I mean, that's a pack. And if Rutgers has that type of money and they bring that over to football, that might be a problem. Big Ten is up, honestly. The money that's about to be flowing through the Big Ten, it's about to be a problem. I know this wasn't in the show notes, but this came up in the space the other day. Like, SEC fans didn't want to hear it, but like, is this the dawn of a new day? Like, when ESPN first gave the SEC their deal in the early 2000s and the SEC became the premier brand in college football that everybody was watching, that was on TV every week. Is that what we're about to see with all the new money flowing into the Big Ten? And could that be a huge step up for the conference if we're able to level up and step over the SEC?
I think that – go ahead, Q. You can go.
Well, first, everybody better have fucking facilities like Michigan State just got the new Tom Izzo football center. Throw that in there. Tom Izzo, the great 2-sport coach, really carrying the team. Yeah, man. No, I feel like the level up to catch the SEC, as long as we continue to bring in the right programs, which I think 3 out of 4 is a hit. I don't know about Washington yet, so we'll see about that. And also, I don't remember the recruiting ground being crazy in Washington. I know we got G. Scott, JTT, so don't tell me that. But overall, I mean, maybe there's a few guys out there that makes
Emeka Egbuka?
Yeah. JTT, G. Scott, Emeka Egbuka, those guys. They came in spurts, but I classically don't remember a lot of crazy talent coming out of Washington. So correct me if I'm wrong. But no, I think obviously
add that to the list of apologies. Jesus, all them strays and slanders for the state of Washington, bro.
I will let you know right now, Des, track and field championships is cooked. It'll be USC and Oregon for the foreseeable future.
What?
You know why we're going and track in the Big Ten?
Exactly, bro. Wait till they have to run against niggas from Glenville. They don't know what they're about to see, bro. yeah. They think shit's sweet in the Pac-12. They ain't never ran against some niggas from Glenville. They come run against some guys from the 216. Bryce West is gonna be a 2-sport athlete, dusting them guys from Oregon. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they must not be hip, but nah, yeah, track might be cooked, but yeah, man, I think it's honestly 3 out of 4 I like. It's a level up. I love it. I think the Big Ten is on the heels.
The main thing that we're missing on as far as like the SEC and the Big Ten thing is who will the Big Ten be able to gather enough talent and enough teams that are competing enough to be able to have the storylines of the Tim Tebows and the Johnny Footballs and the Honey Badgers, because like those type of players playing against those
are we
type
going to
of
have
teams.
virgin quarterbacks in the Big Ten?
No, I'm saying like the whole aura of the SEC was created by star players like Cam Newton's, just like year after year after year, just like players just doing crazy shit, winning Heisman's, and they just had a whole streak like that really propelled them more so than just like the football itself. It was just like a very star-driven league, and I don't think that like is Wisconsin just going to come out of nowhere with a quarterback that's just fucking shitting on everybody and their story? Like, is Nebraska going to like that's what it's going to take for us to get that perception of the SEC on top of winning national championships. So it's like I don't think so. As far as perception,
but is that changing? Like, I feel like you could argue that the biggest star in college football is an Ohio State Buckeye. No,
we're Ohio State. We're an anomaly in the Big Ten, in my opinion. I don't really consider us like in the rest of the group when it comes to like perception and like.
But I mean, isn't that part of the legend building of the brand
of OSU,
of the conference?
I mean, yeah, but also my more question is the
I guess so.
I say, is the Big Ten gonna not give a fuck? And that's the way. That's my question for them catching the SEC is like, are we actually gonna just like not give a fuck and actually go out and play ball outside of the field and actually promote football, put that shit first? Fuck this
academic fancy way to say cheat, but
I'm just saying, this nigga's really gonna
a whole lot of words to say cheat.
This nigga's gonna throw the bag. And fucking, we go see Wisconsin doing what Auburn's doing, and you're like, what the fuck is he going there? Like, they need a little more not give a fuck for me, and then you can catch the SEC. But you certainly ain't gonna catch them trying to be the fucking Harvard of the North.
Before we jump into the grades too, I want to spin back to what Cam said about Oregon dominating track. I want to give a shout out to our guy and Buckeye BS legend, Gatlin Bear, just committed to Boise State. So it's smoking the Big 12 for track because that's the fastest nigga in the country right now.
Hold on, Boise's Big 12 now.
Are they not? Where are they at? Are they Mountain West?
They're Mountain West.
Mountain West. So the Mountain West is about to run track. Like, it's smoke for everybody. It's not the Power 5 is not going to mean shit in track with Gatlin Bear on the scene at Boise State right now. And I'm just so thankful we could keep rooting for our guy at Boise State, and he chose a different color blue that, is a little bit more palatable for Ohio State fans. So I just want to give a shout out to our guy Gatlin for committing.
Boise State does have better uniforms.
Good old Jimbo Locker, man. Never gets old.
Now, whole facts. So let's grade these then. So we got Washington, Oregon, USC, UCLA. Give me a letter grade in the chat, y'all as well. What grade would you give for the addition of Washington?
Cam, you want to start us?
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a B+.
You know something I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was gonna give it. That was gonna be the same grade that I gave it. I don't think it's a slam dunk, but I think it makes sense. If it got Oregon here, if it was part of the package deal, I believe the Big Ten kind of bullied them in on the money. So I'm all about this like idea of expanding the conference and finessing these teams into taking more money or less money and bringing them in and stealing their markets. So like if they're able to get a good deal and get these teams in here, I think adding that market is good. And despite the slander that we just heard about 5 minutes ago about players from the state of Washington, I think there's plenty of talent out there. And but like you saw a lot of the you saw a lot of other sports talking about the impact that it has and being able to play in front of their family. And I think that gives us an opportunity for kids on the West Coast to still play in front of their family, even if they're in the Big Ten with a more national footprint in the Big Ten.
Well, no disrespect to Washington, But I guess if Rutgers needs some competition, go ahead and bring them over. I don't know what the fuck these niggas is doing on the field.
They've been to the playoffs.
That's what
No,
I'm saying, bro. Why you-
what are we talking about, bro? Like they have more
shit.
playoff
I
appearances
ain't
than
seen
Penn
these
State.
Bro, I haven't seen them on TV since they went to the playoffs.
That's because
Who
you
the
have an
fuck
early
does Washington
bedtime.
have?
Oh
Who are
my
these niggas? What I
God,
want to
bro.
know. Fucking, I know Seattle plays in Washington.
This man
I don't
Q
know
is out of
where
Us
pocket.
degenerate
Washington
gamblers
is.
have seen plenty of Washington games.
Nah, y'all niggas giving B pluses and A minuses in the chat. Who the fuck plays for Washington? Name me 5 players right now.
Penix, Michael Penix Jr.
I know that. That nigga came from Indiana. I already knew who he was.
They just had, bro, and they've had low key been like top 5 in DB production
where
for a
Markel
long
Fultz
time.
went?
Bruh.
They got a lot. They've been
Niggas
putting out
wild.
they've been putting out a lot of NFL DBs on a real
They
sneak.
have had some
And they
fun.
have the second best wide receiver room in the nation behind us this year. So
I'm still gonna disrespect these niggas, even though you just laid down some knowledge.
All
Who the
right.
fuck is Washington? All right?
Right? Imagine if they
I'm
would have had a
going
Mecca. Imagine if they had a Mecca and JTT.
Yeah.
Well,
They
see,
might
then
be
I would be
swinging
like,
this
I
shit.
know who Washington is. All respect, but nah, they were solid last season. I'm being disrespectful, but I'll probably give it like a C plus.
That's
You
so
niggas have
crazy.
been-
The nigga that be
Yeah,
like,
we-
no disrespect to Indiana, but fuck Washington.
I'm just no. It's more so for me. It's more so. I wish we went, and I know they have some talent, but I wish we went after like a TCU or a Georgia Tech. Like I want all the talent.
what?
Into
You're
the big-
smoking
Yeah.
dope.
No,
Nigga.
no, I'm not. What Texas?
I would say
TCU
smoking
over
something.
Washington.
Yeah, fuck. Give me. We'll get to that later, so let me not spoil it. But all right,
You
Washington.
just want to bring in from Michigan. You're
Bro,
scared.
I
I'm
want-
good.
I
I'm
want
in.
all the talent. Give me Oregon. What are your grades from Oregon?
A plus. Send me them P's.
Nothing.
Damn, who do these niggas have?
Oregon just hanging around. I don't know, bro. I'll give it a. I don't like Oregon, bro.
You have a national
Let
championship.
me take my
got
feelings
Nike.
out of it.
How
Let me
is
take
not
my
an
feel-
A plus?
Let me take my
Y'all
feelings
some
out of
hating
it.
ass
A
niggas.
minus, man. A
I
minus.
was about to say you better give him a better score than you gave Washington.
A minus, bro. Washington whooped their ass last year, nigga. Better
That
fucking
is-
go
that
watch
is
some
true,
film,
but they don't
god damn
have
it. Put some
Greg
respect on Washington. I don't know why you keep trying to troll like they whooped their ass.
We're
Had
gonna
them
play that in the
motherfuckers on the-
Discord in the afternoon for Q's since
Yeah.
Pac-12 after dark is
Over here
passing
trying to
that
hold
time.
Washington like they went whooping on the Ducks last year. Boy, you better watch that tape.
Yeah. Oregon.
It's crazy, like, and we know your family's Pac-12 fans. We know your little brother grew up as an Oregon fan. Like,
here
what are
we
we
go.
talking about? We know you watch them.
I'm gonna have to give him an additional score. Now give me a B plus. for
They're
Oregon.
rivals too. That's what makes it even funnier.
Give me a
What,
B
Q?
plus. Yeah, Oregon very solid.
Oregon and Washington are rivals.
Got the best facilities in the nation still, in my opinion. Yeah, solid football program. I like it. They fit the Big Ten. So give me a B plus for Oregon. All right, USC.
Next.
A plus. What?
Give me a B plus. USC.
A plus.
A plus. Cam.
I mean, anytime you
A
can put
plus.
California on the schedule, like you get an A.
I got,
Like,
bro.
Who are we talking about?
I am an old head, bro. I am from the era of when USC was dominant before the NCAA stopped that dynasty. I like USC.
So what grade you give them?
A plus, bro.
A plus.
They're a blue blood, bro. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah, give me an A plus as well. I won't mind taking some trips to watch Ohio State whoop their ass in Cali. That would be nice in the wintertime. Not a far drive. Obviously, the tradition, the old Rose Bowl rivalry.
For who?
Fuck are we doing with the Rose Bowl now? Huh?
UCLA plays in
This nigga just said not a far drive. Like you live
Oh,
in
yeah, for me.
Arizona.
For
The
me,
rest
yo.
of us are on the East Coast for the
I don't-
most part. Yeah, Cam, I'll
Nah.
fucking scoop you on my way from
Oh,
Pittsburgh on
yeah,
our fucking road trip to
Go
Cali.
ahead, show out your driveways before you leave because I ain't got to deal with none of that shit. So yeah. Nah, I love it. It's an A plus for me. And now UCLA. Where would you grade them?
Did you say F?
Did you say F?
Oh, did I say that? My bad. I thought I was muted. I'll give that a D plus, bro.
A D plus?
I'm
Yes.
gonna go D minus, but okay.
D plus, bro.
And
What
it's
about
UCLA.
you, Ron?
and D minus, and the only reason why it's not an F is because we're gonna get to see Dante Moore in
Bro, what
Columbus.
Maybe.
Bro,
Maybe.
Maybe.
The rumor has it. Dante Moore, you know, he ain't really
I'm out.
feeling it
What
out
beef
there.
Not
do we
if
have
it's
with
under,
UCLA? That's what I need to know. What did UCLA do to y'all? What beef do we have?
It's UCLA football, bro. Like they don't have no.
Yeah, bro. I've
Like
watched
their
games
stadiums
before.
are empty. Like that's just weak, bro.
Miami West.
Chris, bro, don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
What do you say?
Don't. He said more coming here. Don't.
Why? To what? Sit behind, hold a clipboard for the West Dakota Heisman? We were having this conversation in the pre-production. Even if these rumors were true and he were to leave UCLA at some point, who's he coming here to play ahead of? Devin Brown?
Dante Moore's going to go.
Greatest quarterback to ever step foot on campus? No.
All right. Well, while niggas is hating on UCLA, I will throw them a C+. C+ is. Yeah, C+, man. It's nice.
We're hating
out there. Huh?
We're hating what you did to Washington today, but we gave UCLA a D-.
Yeah, they ain't that damn bad. They ain't great, but good Lord, a D? Who are they, Washington?
See, that's clearly not Indiana in your eyes. Clearly not Indiana in your eyes, since that is the prestige of the Big Ten.
All right. Okay, so now let me ask then. If you could add, and this is rapid fire, so chat, let me know. If you could add 2 teams that are not in the SEC currently, who would they be? And also, we got 51 people in here. Like the video. Hope y'all have
the video, man.
1,000 likes, and we'll have Brian Hartline on next Sunday. Smash that like button.
All right. And this is for
repeat the question.
Yeah. All right. Chat, run this up. I'm gonna put up your answers, and we'll go through them. If you had 2 teams who are not in the SEC, so you can't take Alabama and Georgia, all that nonsense. 2 teams that are not in the SEC that you would add to the Big Ten, who are they?
Duke and Carolina. Let's bring the second. I'm not even saying. Let's have the 2 best.
Yeah, so I muted Ron, y'all, because he's on that nonsense.
And like I was saying, we would have the 2 best rivalries in college sports under the Big Ten umbrella. You have the game in football. You have Ohio State and Michigan. And then you have Carolina Duke on the basketball side. Tell me I'm wrong. Why would you not root for rivalries? You want that basketball prestige coming to the conference. Watching Big Ten basketball it hurts my heart. It would spice things up, bringing those 2 blue bloods from the South up here in basketball. And the best part of all, Duke could return to whooping Maryland's ass on a yearly basis because fuck the Terps. Maryland. Oh, Q, are you a Maryland fan?
Yeah, them niggas been ducking us for like 5 years. We go schedule.
Are you a Terp?
Yeah,
oh my god,
oh
bro!
My
please,
God,
no college basketball talk, bro. That shit is garbage.
Bro, 1% ass niggas, fuck them, bro. It's up. Whenever we see them, it's up. Niggas been ducking us for 6 years now.
Oh my god, bro. Look, bro, y'all about to bore the chat to death. Who cares about college basketball?
Don't need them. Fuck
Holy
them.
shit. Anyways,
but anywho,
get off this college basketball nonsense, bro.
Who you adding then?
I'm adding Florida fucking State.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to add the Clemson Cheesy Tigers. I don't like Clemson, bro. If we could bring them into the Big Ten and we could play those motherfuckers yearly, bro, I would love that, bro.
Do you dislike Clemson or do you dislike Dabo?
I feel like it's a combination of both, bro. Like
I feel like they'd be much less hateable if they had a different coach.
I don't know, bro. It's just I don't fuck with Clemson, bro. I don't know. Never have, bro. I used to play on NCAA when I was a kid and be like, fuck Clemson. So I don't know, bro. Fuck Clemson. I want them in the Big Ten. I want to be able to play them yearly. And I want to fuck them up. So FSU Clemson.
Who would you add since your other favorite team's already in the Big Ten?
Bruh, well, unfortunately, Washington's holding up an unnecessary spot. I would love to give that spot away, which I will answer right after this. If I had 2, I would definitely go. I would go Florida State, and I would go Miami. Let's fuck the bullshit.
Hold on. Time out. No. We're not about to let you get. We're not about to let you
y'all had y'all answer.
No. I'm not even talking about Miami. I'm not even talking about Miami. Don't sit here and say Washington taking up a spot when UCLA is in the Big Ten, bro. That's who's taking up a fucking spot, bro.
So when we run this podcast up, we take this shit on the road, and we got Ohio State at UCLA and Ohio State at Washington. Where we going?
Washington. Seattle.
You're fucking
Take
lying.
me to Seattle, baby. Take me
Washington.
to Seattle. Bro, their stadium's fire, bro. That shit's right on the lake, bro. People out there on the boats. I'd be on a yacht with a gar in my mouth talking about fucking touchdown West Dakota Heisman, bro.
You sure you don't have two hats on right now? Because you got one, that's enough, Cap, but you might need a second one. You know,
man, y'all, bro, that LA shit is overrated, man. Y'all be hyping that shit up crazy.
Anywho, Florida State, Miami would be the first two I would go. Let's get to South Florida. Let's get those recruits, all that stuff in here.
We already do.
Get a Georgia Tech or TCU. That's all I'm saying.
If we added Miami, would they let Brian Hartline set up an office in their facility?
They might as well. They'll do anything else to get him, but nah, I feel like get the warm weather in, get that recruiting ground in, and let's roll. So there we go. So let me read out the chats too. Let's see who they're adding to the conference.
Get the fuck out of here, Chris Drew. Georgia Tech.
Hey, Georgia Tech. Hey, Washington for Georgia Tech is a mean trade. All right, here we go. So Mark Williams, he said Florida State and Clemson. All right, Florida State and Georgia Tech. That's a solid choice. Florida State, Notre Dame. Got Clemson and Notre Dame. Hey, y'all love Clemson, bro. Man, fuck Clemson.
I'm saying
Clemson.
It's far better teams than the Carolinas.
So it's looking like Florida State. It's looking like Florida State and Clemson is who y'all really want. It's almost UNC and Notre Dame bad. I mean, Notre Dame fucking around. I would love to have them, but they really fucking around. Florida State and Notre Dame, that would be solid. Oh.
Look what the Rushman has to say. Niggas asleep.
Yes, yeah, he got it. Florida State, Notre Dame, get those in here. I got Jay Bags. It's Miami and Georgia Tech. I don't know about Boston College or UVA. I mean, we getting real academic there. Huh? Georgia Tech was for Atlanta. Love to see it. And that I got that one. Let me see. Green says
he said a cultural fit.
Replace Clemson with Miami and Georgia Tech. All right, so for the most part here,
it's in the Big Ten. We might need a new head coach. Not gonna cap.
Yeah, so the most part here, it's looking like Florida State and Clemson for the most part is who y'all would want. All right, and then we got some questions here, so let's knock out these questions.
Yeah, I started a couple questions. Chris Drew sent us some rapid fire ones, so we are going to do more sacks, and I'm going to give you guys two players, and you give me the name of who's going to have more sacks this year. More sacks this year, JTT or Jack Sawyer. I will start it off. Jack Sawyer will absolutely have more sacks than JTT. Your guys.
Yeah, Jack Sawyer definitely plays a position to get more sacks. JT is going to be more strong side, and everybody knows fuck JT did last year. So
Jack season.
They're not letting him. They're not letting him roam free on one-on-ones.
Sack Sawyer. Okay, how about Tyleek Williams and Mike Hall? Who you got? I'm going Mike Hall.
Mike Hall, most definitely.
Mike Hall.
This is a fucking freak show, bro.
And Kenyatta Jackson and Caden Curry.
Amari Abor.
Get the fuck out of here. Kenyatta Jackson.
Amari getting no love out here.
Hey, hold on. Don't sleep on Abor. Don't sleep on Abor.
That wasn't in the question. That's like who's going to throw more touchdowns this year? Kyle McCorder, Devin Brown, and niggas be like Quinn Ewers. Like, okay, congrats. So you guys all on Kenyatta?
Give me Caden Curry.
We'll revisit this. Where will the Big Ten championship game be every year?
Minnesota. Outside. In the snow.
Hey, outside. Stadium. I don't know, bro.
The Winter Classic.
Yeah.
They're gonna actually play it on ice like the NHL.
Bro, for real. Nah, give me a rolling Big Ten championship game. I'd love to see. I mean, obviously Indianapolis. Actually fuck Indianapolis, bro. Let's go.
Oh, it's fuck Indiana now. Those were your niggas earlier.
No disrespect.
Now it's fuck Indiana.
All disrespect to the Colts, no disrespect to the University of Indiana. But I'd love to see us go to LA for a move. Seattle might be cool. I don't know how cold it get out there, but that'd be cool. Also to Vegas. Vegas would be a nice little move, getting to the West Coast. So
did we add UNLV? Did I miss that?
It's a mid spot. UCLA, fucking Ohio State's a little mid spot out there. So Vegas would be cool. That's what I like to see.
We'll meet you halfway, California. We'll see you in Nevada.
Hey, everybody in the fucking Midwest is gonna rather be in Vegas than where they are when that shit get cold. So,
Cam, what about you?
I think the Big Ten championship game be every year. I think it's going to have to switch, bro. It's going to have to rotate from the West Coast to the East Coast, and we have in the South to the South. Because
indoor, outdoor too.
Well, yeah, if we're in the West and the South, then yeah, because the only reason was in Indy because that's literally the most central state from New York to the Atlantic coast all the way to Nebraska. So that was the most central location, and it has an indoor facility. So but now,
split the difference with Minnesota.
Maybe I think it depends on a champion. Like, if I was the Big Ten, I would just say, hey, whoever's the Big Ten 1 seed or whatever, they can choose where they want to play. So, like, if USC is going to win, go to the Big Ten championship, and they're the undefeated, they're the higher ranked team, they can choose to play it at the Rose Bowl. Or if somebody from the ACC that we poach, they want to go play it in Charlotte, or they want to go.
It would have to be a year in advance. You can't wait till the week before and then have people make their travel plans. Like, our boy Kasai would have had to book a hotel in 3 different cities last year.
But yeah, I think it should be like some type of like a revolving door for that.
Yeah,
I agree. I think a rotation would be great. Another one from our guy Mark. What do you guys think will be the new scheduling format? Divisions, pods, same format as what was just put in place?
I think it has to be pod. I would love divisions, but I think it has to be pods just for the travel, because they were calculating the travel and fucking going from Maryland to USC or UCLA is actually just crazy. So doing that every season is getting a little bit insane. So I think it will be some sort of pod, especially adding Oregon and that other school, whoever the fuck they are. Adding those makes it a little bit easier to keep those out there. So
do we bring back leaders and legends? Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, with pods, aren't you gonna need like 4 different fucking leaders, legends, liars, fucking
frauds, leaders, legends, and flyover states? Cam, what about you? What format are you looking to see?
I think the pods be the best format, especially when we keep getting bigger. But I think it all needs to be intertwined. So I think the West Coast teams need to play someone Far East, and then vice versa, year in, year out, and then Ohio State play someone in the Central. And it's just like you get a pod of 4 different teams playing each other from 4 different pods as their conference play goes. And you'll get the most dynamic matchups that way. So
sounds good. We got one more from our guy, Mark. Is this a different Mark? Did we have 2 Marks? Do we have 2 Mark Lewises in here?
Williams, and we got a Mark A. Lewis Jr.
Okay, well, shout out to all the Marks out there. Better use Hayden this year, or will he transfer? I think with Mayan and Trey going to be out of here after the season, I think Dallin Hayden is in for a huge junior year, whether he sees a ton of touches this year or not. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm right with you. I think Hayden sticks around regardless. I mean, why would you transfer after the season when you got people walking out the door? So I think, 1, he's going to get some burn this season. He will. But also 2, I think he sticks around long term.
Cam, this is your guy.
RB1.
Next year.
In 2024.
In 2024.
RB1 in 2022. RB1 in 2023.
Wow.
RB1 in 2024.
Damn, I don't have the soundboard here to fucking get in the time machine. I usually warn people to put their helmets on before we go back in time. So
only reason we went to the playoffs is because of Dallin Hayden.
That's a hot take.
Go watch that Maryland tape when we couldn't throw the ball against them 4-3 running corners.
Anywho, our last question from our guy,
go watch that Maryland tape when they had to get a ball to number 5 and what that boy do, put the team on his fucking back. Y'all put some respect on Hayden, boy. Y'all put some respect on Dallin Hayden. That boy came through in a clutch as a freshman. Said, I can do it, boss. Give me the rock, boss. And he motherfucking did that shit, man.
I don't think Dallin Hayden talks like that, but that's just me.
He's from Memphis, man. Talking like something. Shit.
What type of murder music you think he listens to? What are your expectations of the defense? Were we expecting to have the number 1 defense in the country? Jim Knowles had to fix Keystone Cops D of 2021.
Actually, what up, Wesley? What's good, my guy? Appreciate you joining us.
I don't get the Keystone though.
Bro, this defense, it better be top 10. That's all I have for two fucking $1 million and fucking.
I got an Oklahoma fan on my Twitter feed right now that tuned into the show, and this is what he had to say. Let's look. He said, "Nah, listen to a little bit. Your comments on Oklahoma State. The defense knows how to Oklahoma State had better players than what you currently have on Ohio State's roster."
Smoking dick. I'm not hearing that. And I appreciate you guys pulling up for Buckeye BS because I need to tend to an emergency because someone is smoking crack on Cam's timeline right now. The fucking send this nigga the link to the StreamYard right now. I want to talk to him. We got time. I got time today. I got time today. Get this nigga a link. I want to talk to him. He's gonna have to put the dick out before he gets on live, but like you can't be smoking dick on camera.
Ron,
but you're more than welcome to come on the show.
Listen to this, Ron. Listen to this, Ron. I got one more thing for you. He said Ohio State may have 5 stars, et cetera, but they don't have a linebacker better than Rodriguez on their roster. Includes Eichenberg and Hicks.
Ooh, now that's a take. Includes Eichenberg, Rodriguez, first team All-American.
Tell him after the show, I'm gonna have to DM this nigga my address because we're gonna have to shoot the fade.
Nah, you gotta come on, bro.
Tommy Heismanberg, the greatest fucking linebacker to ever play college football, the number 1 returning player in the entire fucking nation, bro. Y'all seen that fucking mustache? It's gonna fucking be in every quarterback's fucking nightmares. Running backs aren't going to want to fucking touch the ball. The fact that you're going to come on here and tell me that fucking Malcolm Rodriguez is better than Tommy Heismanberg. How the fuck do you think you got that name? Just being mid?
That's a good question. But he did name Still Chambers, though, so Still Chambers might be better. He
and DJ Hicks, again, like, do I need to play the fucking video? Like, he was ranked higher.
Oh, dear Jesus. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. Like, all I'm saying is fucking, if this defense is not top 10, bro, if fucking Igbinosa ain't good enough to start, this defense better be the best in the nation. That's all I know.
Malcolm Rodriguez plays for
the Lions. He plays for somebody.
Yeah. He's like a starter, too.
Okay, and Tommy's going to be the first pick in the draft. What are we talking about?
That'll be the day.
No, that will be a day. I don't know what date the draft is, but it'll be that day.
And there will be a lot of drug testing that needs to happen.
Because people are out here saying Malcolm Rodriguez is better than this guy. They're going to have to go straight to that guy's house. I hope he's not on papers because he's going to violate getting that high.
Lord. Yeah, do we got any more questions?
No, that is all of them. Get us out of here. Q, tell the people where they could find you.
Well, first of all, got 41 people in here, bro. Thank you for rocking with us. We almost have an hour and a half here, but we keep it rolling as long as y'all are willing to do that. So greatly appreciate that. That was a good time. All disrespect to Washington. But yeah, so if you want to find me personally, City Boy on your timeline, Flying Johnson on my Instagram. Yeah, I was about to screw that up. Flying Johnson on Instagram. So tap in with me. And Minor League Films here. Where my movie people at, bro? Catch me over there. Do shows all the time, talk all the films. You want me to watch some, review it, we'll do that for you. Minor League Films on YouTube. Cam.
Y'all can find me at I Know Things 19 on Twitter. Yeah.
If you're an Oklahoma State fan that thinks Malcolm Rodriguez is better than Tommy Eichenberg, you can find me in my DMs and I will send you my address for you to pull up. If you just want to have a friendly conversation, you can find me at 2_TEES. That's 2 T's. You can find me on Twitch at 2 T's, on TikTok at 2Shiesty, and you could find me and Q talking Buckeye football weekdays. Yes, yeah. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. The Buckeye Roast pull up. We will be talking all things camp for the entire season every morning at 8 a.m. We appreciate you guys rocking with us here on a Sunday for Buckeye BS, and hope to see you guys next week. We switched up the outro. I had to find it.
What did you